I guess we're doing a taste test here. So we have the Epicenter crew. This is our new water. And it is canned water. It's got a 50-year shelf life. There is a liner, am I right, inside here to protect this?
The deal is this water has a liner in it. It's an aluminum can, and it's BPA-free. It's said to have a 50-year shelf life. The downside on this can is this is completely filled with water, at least we're going to check, and they say not to allow this to get frozen because I guess the can may explode. So that's a little bit of a downer compared to the other water that we used to carry, but that company's out of business now. And that other water had some room in the can, and it was a steel can, so it actually had some room for expansion, and so it could be frozen. But anyway, we're going to try this out today and see what it tastes like. You want to start?
Should I pop it open? Hey, do you know what this little hole is for?
Tell us.
On this pop top? I just learned about this in my middle age. I should have known about this years ago. But you put a straw in there. After you open it up, it's to hold a straw. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
So 50-year water, it's certainly going to outlive me, without a doubt.
All right, let's all pop it. I can't do this. Here,
right.
you do that for me.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Some days, water is the best tasting thing.
Man, you could put some great Kool-Aid in here and it would be awesome.
All right, here we go.
It's water. It's very drinkable. I think it's a little more palatable than even the canned water. The canned water had more of a tinny. This is just water.
Huh.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
This feels it tastes like filtered
Water.
very clean, refreshing water, and it's nice that it's chilled too, but it'd be really interesting to see what happens if this would result in the can exploding like you would leaving a pop in the car when it's 10 degrees out overnight.
Like I did last winter?
Yeah, like you did in my trunk of my car last winter with the soda pop. We won't talk about that.
One thing I'm thinking is we're here in Oregon, and we're sort of blessed with really good tasting tap water that comes down from the Cascade Mountains. So our water always tastes this good. But I've traveled the country quite a bit, and I know which parts of the country where the tap water is not as tasty. It's got more minerals in it, not the minerals that taste really good. So in 49 years, when you have a disaster, and you crack one of these open, it's probably going to taste better than the water that comes out of your sink.
All right.
And no, it doesn't taste chlorinated either. It is just very, very nice, fresh tasting water. What do you think, Jenny?
It reminds me of almost Fiji bottled water. Fiji? Fiji. Have you ever drank Fiji?
It's got kind of a smooth,
Yeah,
velvety.
it reminds me a lot of Fiji bottled water. And you understand when you pay $4 for the bottle, it's a little smoother. I don't know how they do it. It's just a little more presentable to the palate, and this is actually really good.
But yeah, there's information on the can that indicates how to treat it and why it's so great.
And there's nutritional information as well, and there are 0 calories, and there's 0 salt and 0 carbs and 0 everything, because it's water.
So the big question is, does anybody else want this water as much as we do? This really tastes good. I like it better than the other steel canned water that had that mineral taste to it.
It had like a tinny taste.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it was water and it was
yeah.
palatable, but this is superb.
Actually, yeah.
And if you lose your P38, you don't have a can opener.
You're still good to go.
There you go. We decided we wanted to see if this can would actually explode or what would happen. So I've got one inside of a plastic container, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the freezer, and we'll take a look at it. Hi guys, I'm down here on Saturday. Now I put one of these cans in the freezer last night before I left, and sure enough, it didn't explode, but it did certainly pop the top. And so the moral of the story is, Don't allow this water to be frozen, or that's what's going to happen to it. We've decided to do a little experiment and see how much pressure one of those blue can water cans can actually hold before it bursts. So what we have here is we have a forklift with some product on a pallet. We have a pallet jack here that has a built-in scale. And then down here we have a can of water. And what's going to happen is Jen is going to pump this pallet jack, which is going to cause it to come up. And this has a scale built in. She's going to read out what how many pounds of pressure the scale is seeing. And John is here to try to shield things so Jenny can read this out here in the daylight. And there are the birds coming overhead.
Canadian geese are getting ready to go back north as the weather gets warmer. And they are loud over here.
All right, so Jen is zeroing the scale right now, and you can't see that on here, but Jen's going to read that out. Okay, so down here is the can, and I think we're ready to go. Start pumping.
$142, $198. We are now at $217. Is that 288?
288. Where are we now?
We are at 472.
472, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hearing something happen.
Something's going on.
Okay, move back, John.
Oh, we can't go any higher.
Oh, is that as high as we can go?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looks like we smashed the top of it up here on this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does that even look straight? Did our pallet jack move while we were jacking it up? Is that a little crooked?
I don't think it moved until one side smushed.
Okay.
I think that's why the pallet jack moved.
Okay, well, let that down. So what was the total reading on that one,
That
Jen?
one right there is at 424.
Okay, 424 before the can distorted, and this is totally a non-scientific test. So we certainly could have been a little crooked or something while we were putting that much pressure on there. But 474, and it hasn't actually blown up yet. So here's the can, and you can see a little distortion up here on the top. But it didn't explode. Oh, there we go. See, the top is looking like it's getting a little distorted.
I'd say about 600, 700 pounds of pressure is going to be.
All right, let's see. You ready?
It's not carbonated.
All right.
And it's good water.
I like that water, actually.
So here we are, our new blue can water, and this will be on our website here shortly. We actually have it on order. We liked it that well. So for the epicenter.com, I'm Epicenter Brian, signing out. What is that you have in your bowl here? Is that lettuce? Huh? Do you like your lettuce? Has anyone ever known a dog that likes lettuce? Just plain lettuce by itself, no sauce, no nothing. Huh? Do you like that? What a funny little boy.